Okay, so you've probably seen in the school that I was reading. I started reading All the Lovers in the Night, and I'm currently in chapter 4, so I'm around like 20% of the book already. So I had a really good reading time. Plus, if you can see or take a glimpse of the amount of annotations I have so far in this book. Yeah. So I am loving this. I think so far. I mean, I've read Mieko Kawakami books. This one is particularly special. It's about a freelancer proofreader, and she is somewhat alienated, or maybe she just doesn't know how to interact with people, so she just keeps to herself. And then at first her job, like, she didn't like the work environment. Then someone gave her the idea that, hey, you know what, we are looking for freelancers in our company, so why don't you give it a try? And even with her being hesitant about what if there would come a time when there won't be any jobs for her to do, like, she's fine with it. She's like, I gotta escape this. I mean, when she quit her job, she had this feeling of uneasiness and regret. But I'm thinking she has already been, she's happy with her decision. Oh yeah, and I have to choose which tabs to use. So it's like a blue purple one. Dude, I was wondering why I was looking super green. Apparently my levels have changed. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna choose what is a fitting color. You are the one that I love. Don't you know that I'm possible love? Eyes. That's when shaking off the main guy dreams of your head and your hair, of your hair and your stare insensibly, of the good in the world you once believed in me. Okay, I think this one is okay. And then the pinks down here. Yes, we'll do that. Have not made any progress with All the Lovers in the Night. I'm around 25%. Chapter 4, that is a short book. Loving this so much. I think I did talk about it a little bit, right? The freelancer proofreader. And I don't know, there's really just the way that Mieko Kawakami writes her descriptions. Okay, so in times when I don't know what to cook, and I'm not in the, my appetite is like not there, scrambled eggs. Dude, I came to the room to get my camera, but also to drink my iron supplement. Okay, so like I said, when all else fails, scrambled eggs is the answer. Okay? By the way, one thing that I am so proud of myself for is that, okay, you know how I started really cooking, like cooking real food, not just frying stuff, was last year, 2025. And I used to fuss all the time about the measurements, like how many teaspoons of soy sauce, how much vinegar do I put, like all that. And my mom was like having a hard time explaining to me that, okay, you just put maybe about 20 balls of peppercorn. Because like literally I had no idea what is sakto lang, So I had to ask her, like, objectively, how much salt do I put? And like she really has a hard time explaining. But then now that when you cook a lot, when you cook many times, like I get it now. Like I can't even explain, but just looking at it visually, like the amount of pepper you put, the amount of you do to get it out, or the amount of the salt that you do this with, like it just happens instinctively, and that amazes me so much. Even the time that it takes to cook, like I had to really watch the clock and count how many minutes has passed, blah blah blah, because I don't want to overcook the food or undercook the food. Like the differences between the time of cooking pork and chicken and seafood varies, and the amount of heat that you can use to not make the meat so hard or gamey. Oh, that's cool. Okay, the decoration for Gagabito's birthday. Okay, so here's the thing. Our main character is a drunk. With my hair. Yeah, she's a drunk. So she is having iced tea with this guy that she met, and she is mixing the alcohol with the iced tea that she orders from the store, right? So I don't know how she like puts it on her drink like that. Yeah, and I think that the guy knows this. I mean, it's impossible for him not to smell it on her, like the amount of alcohol that she's been drinking. And as with Mieko Kawakami books, there's always this theme of not even loneliness. Well, there is, yeah, loneliness, but more on being alone, like the isolation and all that. So I do like the dates that she's having, and she had this very bad experience when she was in high school when this guy made a move on her, and after sleeping with her, he's like, just being around you annoys me so much. And the reason why he said that is because this woman, she is sort of a pushover, or like she doesn't have any opinions herself, like always relying on what's going on around her, like just going with the flow, that kind of thing. Which I think that there is a strength in being a listener. Most people in this world, they talk and talk and talk, they yap yap yap, and they just want people to listen to them. And I think it's more rare to meet someone who likes to listen more than to speak their mind. The one line that I really loved about this is, it's like the night is breathing. And then here, see, like the sound of melted light. Like, can you imagine, like, associating sound with light? And not only just light, but it's melting. Okay, hello. So I have finished All the Lovers in the Night by Mieko Kawakami, and I'm giving it 4 stars because I really love this kind of love story. It's so... I love it. I love it. It's bleak. What did I like about this book? Most especially, well, the writing is great. The writing is great. The prose is really special, but also not overly done. And I think just the circumstances of what happens to this lady is just good. Like, I can't even say or pinpoint an exact, well, I would, but I mean, I can, but it would be like somewhat of a spoiler, and I don't, if you want to read this book, I don't want to ruin that for you. But it's not mind blowing, obviously, because this is not a mystery or, you know, a thriller book. Just the bleakness of it. I love it. And I did just finish More Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. And this is such a short book, as with the first book in this series. But this is the kind of book where, you know, it's slice of life. It's like everything and nothing happens at the same time. You know, so that's the theme of this entire book. And I sometimes like, I gave it 3 stars. I sometimes like the dryness. I mean, I usually like the dry writing or translation of Japanese work. But for this one, I think I probably gave the first book 3 stars as well. Yeah, so we have the female main character talking about love, talking about friendship, the moments that lead up to finally saying goodbye in multiple ways. Not being able to say goodbye, maybe that is also a theme of this book. But like I said, it didn't hit as deep. So that's why I'm giving it 3 stars. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not mind-blowing. Actually, if I would be really honest, it would be like a 2-star book, but it doesn't feel like a 2 stars for me. Yeah. Also, I put in mascara. Okay, I do like the mascara, but the problem is I am quite lazy in removing makeup in general, not just eye makeup. But it is pretty. Doesn't it look pretty? I am quite tempted to get some false eyelashes attached to my real lashes, you know, because like it's not that obvious, but yeah, whatever. Dude, still have not addressed what I wanted to do with this white space here. I do need a shelf, at least one more shelf, because yeah, I think one more shelf. Okay, I'm thinking like one more shelf and a floor lamp and a seat. I mean, a chair, a couch, a reading chair, something like that. Good morning. So I'm gonna be off to church. Tita Jonna gave me some, like a box of sample perfumes, and this is the first one. I think there's like 20 cents in there. This one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I have no idea how this smells like, or if it even is something that I would like. Okay, the kids are here because they transferred. Okay, it says here lemon, Granny Smith apple, and cedar wood, which I totally smell it. Oh, that's good. I love woody family scent kind of thing. And I'm going to apply this blush, also from Tita. Okay, it looks kind of scary when you first dab it on your face. Dude, I'm not even sure if I'm putting it in the proper spot. And then, oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so That scared me for a moment there. What else? Oh, and this. This tastes pretty fruity. Yeah. Okay. I'm just waiting for my husband to finish. Ooh. I see the blush. Did I overdo it? I haven't looked at the mirror yet. Dude, my shelves. I might be reorganizing it once I get another one. So I'm gonna get one more of these. Having my coffee. Of course. Not on an empty stomach. Hey, I kind of like the blush. Though I do have to figure out where to put it properly. Dude, I can still feel the crackers on my lips. Okay, so I finished Girl in Pieces. Unfortunately, giving it 2 stars. I don't like the writing. I mean, there are some parts that I did kind of like, prose-wise. But when it's trying to get too poetic, that's when it loses me a bit. And also, the characters are a bit flat. It feels like, well, it's YA. But it's not hitting as deep as I wanted it to be. The message is good about, you know, self-harm and coping with the trauma of a difficult life. But there's just something about it that feels incomplete, insincere almost, which is pretty sad because when I read the author's note, like, she was struggling with self-harm herself. And the fact that she wrote this for, I mean, she wrote the draft for this book for 9 years, and unfortunately it doesn't reflect it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't feel like 9 years of work has been put into this book, is what I'm trying to say. Too many characters, none of them, like, I'm interested in her old friends, but we are focusing on her new friends, and then the new friends, they're not even that fleshed out. I wish there was more insight on the motherhood things. I mean, her relationship with her mother, like, but that's not the focus of this book because I guess it's YA. There is a mother figure here that helped her, but it's just not the same. I mean, okay, it's just not hitting as much as I wanted it to.
Mommy,
Like I said. So I am, like, I texted my friend. I'm like, oh, and then I told her the parts that I liked most, but I didn't tell her that I gave this book 2 stars. Because she liked it. I think because she is much younger than me, she's 19, perhaps she finds it, or it resonates with her more than it did me. And I'm wondering if I read this when if I were younger and I read this, would it have impacted me more? Although obviously, I mean, you wouldn't know, but I don't do self-harm. And I'm guessing she doesn't do self-harm as well, but it's possible that she knows someone who does. And I think it's the toxic male character that got her with this book. But for me, it just felt... No. The food's here na. You keep your vegan na. Come on. Okay, I actually continued reading the night she disappeared. Because, you know how I said... let's go, guys. You know how I said I wanted to read the other romance book? After reading Girl in Pieces, like, I just don't want a romance right now. This is a mood reading vlog for a reason. And that's why I want a missing person. Okay? I'm craving a missing person story. And I need good prose, good writing. So Lisa Jewell almost always does it for me. I finished part 1 of The Night She Disappeared. Okay, there's a character here that seems to be very enigmatic, so magnetic, I guess, is the best word for her. And it doesn't matter whether it's a boy or a girl, she has this power of being able to attract you, even just like by looking at you without saying any words. Like across a room, she is able to magnetize you and mesmerize you and somehow make you curious about her. Dude went to a party, used a camcorder, acted funny, and then I reset it, and then it erased every single file on it. So I have looked for a it's called disk drill, a data recovery device, and so far it's only scanning pictures. I was taking tons of videos, so now I'm please. Okay, it's just 11% complete, so hopefully it would get to recover. Please. Dude, the whole day I've been doing laundry. Now I'm folding. I'm reviewing Yan Yan, and in general I'm just, it's just after the Holy Week, so my brain is still on vacation mode. And why did they schedule the exams right after the vacation? Like, what the heck is even that? Like, it's suffering is what it is. Okay, so I am I'm guessing like 50% through the book, because it feels like I am. And I speculated something right at the beginning of the book, and I'm right about it. So there is this certain, not really twist, but really things are just never what they seem with Lisa Jewell books.
Hi, CVC!
Yeah, we're gonna go do the CVC words. Okay, go anak. The middle I.
Iggy.
No, CVC word nga eh. Oh man, you know how hard it is to review her when she's like in this mood. Here again at school. Right, Gaga?
No.
Huh? We're in Yan Yan school. I'm gonna continue reading. Okay, so my delivery from the NBS warehouse sale has arrived. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that.
Regular cookies in the jar. How?
And apparently my bookshelf and side table, they're also arriving today.
In the jar.
Okay, let's see if they're all here. Okay, I got this for 149 pesos. It's YA. Let's be real, okay? This was bought because of the cover. This one I got for 75 pesos. It's a Read with Jenna book club pick. Used to be 200. I got it for 75. As always, the condition is actually pretty good. Okay. Oh, of course, it has the remainder. Okay, very good. Next one. Okay, this hardcover is 100 pesos. Once we were home, I believe this is some kind of historical fiction book. Yeah. I think it's World War I.
How many balloons?
I think. Book. Oh, this was hardcover. Okay, we are the Brennans. Brennans? Yes. Got it for 199 also. Okay, it says In the Vein of Us Again, Yes, which is a book that I really like. And the condition is so great for 100 pesos. Oh, sorry, darling. Where are you? Here they are.
It's to be this way. Like that.
Whose? Wait, I need to hammer that.
Nice. Can I need this?
Okay, so charging my drill over there. I'm gonna sort this out, but first, here's the side table. Mainly for the current read and the lamp. I'm thinking if I should get like an actual lamp and not this rechargeable one. And then I have nothing here yet, but okay, so I couldn't resist. I ordered myself some cheesecake from MJ's Yummy Cravings. First time I'm going to try this. Hopefully it's good. Cheesecake. Great. Great. I'm thinking I'm going to eat 1/4 of it tonight. Okay, so last night I finished The Night She Disappeared. I'm giving this book 4.5 stars, or can't decide yet if it's a 5-star or a 4-star on Goodreads, but it's really good. No, actually, I think objectively it's a 5-star book, but I did like And Then She Was Gone better. I think this has just too many characters for me to care completely for the character. I mean, I care about Tallulah and Kim, the mom, but there were just like, her friends, and then the Sophie, this one writer who gets caught up in the middle of all of this thing, and then we have her issues and her boyfriend and her children's boyfriend. I mean, her boyfriend's children. Yeah, so it gets kind of convoluted, but not in a confusing way. But I would really want this to. I really like stories better. I really like stories better when they're focusing on just a number of characters. Yeah, I think it's too much. Like, I've been following so many characters. The friend groups, the families, the mothers, the brothers and the sisters. Yeah, and past and present. So, yeah, I'm still feeling a bit sleepy. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this book though. Lisa Jewell. Writing is excellent. Right, Yin?
Yes.
Ba't ang asid? Ha? Wait ka ba?
Yay!
Slowly. There's nata. Let me just say this. This fully book is the worst organized fully book I've ever seen. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to how they sorted the books. Like, zero. What? Okay, we're getting no longer human. Where's the last piece? It's the chocolate. Hello vlog. So it's the next day and my husband got me No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. And this is my first from this. Oh no. I think I got a bad copy. Well, whatever. It's the new version. It says new translation and introduction by Juliet Winters Carpenter. I have read the first paragraph before, like the one with the pink background and the black person. And I do see the differences in the translation. What got me was the sort of direct translation of this title from Japanese. So we see it as No Longer Human here, right?
In fully book.
Yes, in fully booked, that's right. So we got, so it's No Longer Human, but I think when you have like a direct translation of the Japanese, it's more of disqualified as a human. And for me, that kind of, I mean, it sounds clunky, I guess, but No Longer Human versus disqualified as a human, disqualified as a human rings more bells for me. So that's why I was interested in reading this. Like, I wouldn't have really decided to get this if it wasn't for that disqualified as a human type. Because, like, why are you disqualified as a human? But I think the whole book, the whole premise is about isolation, social isolation of this boy, teenager man. So we'll see. I actually did start, and this is the tab that I chose. I'll only be using the red, obviously, so it matches. Yesterday I got these very cute, like, oversized headbands. So I got this color and this color. Of course, we need to have a green. But right now, I think this makes me feel better.
Uy!
Their findings immediately introduced a detailed and
This-
non-fantasy explanation soon medical
Daddy, excuse
the
me.
child's leg was fractured, and after review
Mommy, okay, I'm mom.
process already underway, the doctor delivered a conclusion that changed the entire
Is it showing me?
Yeah.
Yo vlog, can you see me? Okay, so I'm trying to do 10,000 steps a day. And of course I'm not gonna do it in one go because that would be crazy. But I did just get a fitness band that has no screen, but it can record my steps and my heart rate and all that. Okay, hi, good morning. We have the fact that my coffee has always gone cold, and now that I'm actually used to it, I kind of like it. So anyway, I am about 30% through No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. Or Dazai, I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, this book is the kind of book that you have to read a palate cleanser right after. Okay? Because it's sad, it's dark, and I am sometimes flabbergasted at how some people have these cynical thoughts, extreme ideologies, but I think that's brought on about their experience. I mean, parents who fail to protect their children really drives me nuts. Okay? And that's why, so he just tries to hide his true self. That is what he's saying. He hides his true self by acting like a clown, like making people laugh, because then that would be his identity. Okay? Being someone who just likes to make people laugh. And don't you like get that from what they say, like the people who are usually the most outwardly happy are the saddest people inside? That concerns me. Okay, and like, for instance, at a very young age, he realized that he's not the same as others because, people live to eat, You know, people do things, earn money to eat, to survive. But then him, he can't he doesn't even know the feeling of hunger. I mean, he would eat food, okay? But he doesn't know how it feels to feel hunger. And that is already like some kind of indication that he is not normal, or at least something in his brain is not clicking, because obviously your body will tell you, okay, that you're hungry, but for him, he doesn't know that. Okay, and then combine that, so the physiological imbalance, combine that with his upbringing where he is just afraid to be himself because his parents are tough, kind of manipulative as well. Vlog. I got something.
Wala kami linggo
Thrifted. It's
wala kami linggo. Bakit daw ito may linggo kami?
Battle Royale, of course. Okay, it's a bad sign if the camera is dusty, because that means I have not been vlogging. But anyway, I finished No Longer Human. I'm giving this 3.5 stars because I think what I thought about it at first, like it being more of a, like having a sinister spin. Like for some reason I wanted something like American Psycho. That is what I wanted, but it's not. And in the end, it's just like a sad story about this poor man who couldn't take it when things get too real, or when finally he gets an opportunity to connect with other people, he draws back and sort of does the opposite thing to what he really wants to do. So that's, I mean, I don't blame him. It's the way that he was reared. His childhood was terrible. But yeah. So I guess the fact that I read this over a week and not really reading it in 2 or 3 sittings as I would usually for a book this size, but I just got busy, so I guess that's why there's this sort of disconnect as well with me. But I may read it again in the future, and I don't know, I might change my ideas. And of course I tapped it as well in my experimental way of tapping, which is just, you know, putting the tabs towards the edge, but they're not really showing on the side. I kind of still want the tabs to stick out, but like I said in my other books, they actually get displaced. Okay, so anyway, dude, what is in this vlog? I don't even know. Okay, bye.